All right, so we got a Kylo Ren looking motherfucker.
That's Kylo Ren's dirtbag cousin.
Do you think it's just is that like a blanket they gave him?
I think he's wearing a cape. I'm gonna say he's wearing a cape. That is a Sith Lord if I've ever seen one, dude.
The Eagle has landed.
You're listening to American Slacker Podcast with Matthew Gertz and Jesse Landers.
Welcome to American Slacker Podcast. As always, I'm Matt.
And I am Jesse. Happy to be here, Matt.
Are
Very
you
happy to
Are
be
you as happy as me? Because I threw a hand up in the intro, and I don't know what that was. Anybody watching it?
I was smiling in jubilee of the show beginning, and just
true.
the fact that I'm here.
I'm glad you're getting that excited, because that's what matters. We want to get hyped. We want to let the people know we're very excited to be here. We've got a lot to talk about. We are so hyped. I mean, even that hand throwing up thing, maybe in the beautiful brand new YouTube, I'll throw some glitter in that as an effect. Because that's what we're going to talk about right now. We're going to talk about the beautiful YouTube that we're working so hard on getting fit to become a whole new aspect of the show. And we want you to go over it and check it out if you haven't already.
Yeah, if you're subscribed or following us on Instagram, you can see that we've been pumping it out, pushing it. We put up a graphic today, actually, as of this recording, just saying, hey, we're trying a lot harder. 2020 is the fucking year for our YouTube. We're, putting up more of the actual video episodes. We're going to try and edit more little game clips because when we're not recording podcasts, Matt and I are usually on Xbox. So we're going to try and, I guess, make some of that content as well for you to check out. So if you haven't subscribed already, I highly suggest it. We've gotten over 20 new subscribers in the past couple of days that we've really just kind of been reaching out to people, and we really love the support we've been getting in Instagram podcasters.
Yeah, we can't. I mean, it's amazing that everybody's been helping us out in the last day alone. And if you haven't checked it out, definitely go check it out. It's a new way to check out the show. A lot of people have just been checking us out for audio for the last 3 years, and we've dabbled a little bit in video, but now we're really making the transition to where we're going to be every week. You will see a new video come up, and it'll be a blend of podcast and YouTuber type video. Is what we're trying to pan it as.
Yeah, we got some tips and pointers, and definitely have to give a shout out to Pod Sound School. It's another podcast. They do things called the Pod Audit, which podcast and says, hey, this is what you're doing right, this is what you're doing wrong, here's where you can improve. And I think we got a lot out of it. And from that, we realized, if we want to kind of be a presence, be known, we need to get on YouTube.
Yeah. And again, they were really, really helpful. They critiqued us in very helpful ways, and gave us some insight that we, might not have noticed outside ourselves,
Yeah, especially when it comes to, all the background bullshit of hashtags and all that kind of stuff. We won't bore you with the inside baseball. But yeah, big shout out to at Pod Sound School on Instagram, I believe, and follow them on iTunes or Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Oh yeah, check them out.
We always like to start out our show though. Nope, I'm fucking it up.
Damn it! I thought you were gonna get it. I was like, he's not gonna fuck it up this time.
How can I
he's not gonna fuck it up this time.
Nope.
He fucked it up.
Yep, here we go. Right. We always like to start out our weird news with a little bit of weed news. This time around, we're talking about mine and Matt's home state of New York.
Woo!
And the governor, Cuomo. I believe this is the third time that he has been governor. So he's been governor for a while, and basically he was the one who shot down legalization in New York last year.
Yep.
And the reasons that he had shot down legalization of marijuana was based on economic and inequalities, I believe, and the way that the taxes would be handled. So this time around, he has actually, on this past Wednesday, which was the 8th of January, he had vowed that 2020 New York will legalize.
If it doesn't, I'm going to hold him accountable, and I will be down in the state offices causing a fucking ruckus. And I mean a serious ruckus. All right?
Yeah. I mean, it's been like a long...
I don't think you understand me. I mean a serious fucking ruckus, dude.
Well,
I'm
don't
upset.
go getting arrested, because then you're not going to be able to enjoy all this legal weed that's going to eventually...
Dude, they'll call me the Weed Phantom. I'm not going to get caught.
He said
Like,
he said during his State of the State address that, you know, this is a long time coming. There's many people in communities who have been affected by the decades-long war on drugs, especially communities of color who have been unequally affected by enforcement of marijuana policies. So that was kind of goes back to why he shot down legalization last year. And I guess this is going to try to be addressed in 2020. Now, there's no real ways that he, you know, has said, like, this is exactly what we're going to do concrete, besides, hey, we're going to legalize. There is a huge budget deficit in New York right now of about $6 billion. And they say that a proposed state revenue that could come from legalization would be about $300 million. So put a small dent in it.
Yeah, and probably more. I mean, I feel like New Yorkers would go ham if we got legalized.
Well, because then there's also other states. If New York actually ends up being better than, say, Massachusetts, their neighbor Vermont, people might end up, you know, diverting over to New York instead.
Exactly.
So I know that Matt would be a definite voter if it came down to being on a ballot about legalizing in New York, but we'll see what that actually turns into, because, you know, this could mean, you know, December 31st of 2020 they sign a bill that says cannabis is legalized. So now you got to wait until 2021.
It could take a long time. It will be a beautiful thing if it does happen, and I feel like personally, if New York falls, New York goes legal, I think that's going to be a precedent that we're going to look back as a big turning stone for the whole country. I think a lot of other states that aren't considering legalization will follow suit.
Right.
You know, I think it's going to be a big thing. You know, as soon as Cali started it all, but I think New York's going to be the turning point.
For the Northeast especially, or even the East Coast, I feel like they'd be a powerhouse in terms of that kind of stuff. Probably crushing Massachusetts and the other ones around. A slight correction to what I said before. I was kind of struggling looking for how long Cuomo had been in office. He's been in office 9 years as governor.
Forever.
So it's been a while. It's been an institution for sure. If you want to read more information about what could possibly happen in 2020 in New York when it comes to legalization of marijuana, we'll be posting up this New York Times article on our Facebook page the Thursday after this episode is up. So definitely go over there, check that out. Give our page a like while you're over there. Join our American Slackers group. If you're not already in there, definitely get in there. We want to get it a little more active, a little more lively. We're always posting funny shit up in there too.
Oh yeah, check it out. Yeah. Is there anything else we got to whore ourselves out on real quick?
Instagram, Patreon, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube.
Patreon, check us out on Patreon if you want to support the... No, I'm just kidding. Oh my god. Well, you know, our next story here has got me thinking that we're not moving aggressive enough on our YouTube. All right?
Really?
And I want you to hear me out. Now, we're going to Visalia, California, about a little less than 200 miles southeast from you, actually, Jess. So not too far. And we're talking about a couple who has wanted to start up a YouTube. They're looking, you know, what is the hardest part? What is my YouTube going to be about?
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to be into the entertainment, you know, whether it's Instagram, YouTube, what is your content going to be about? It's got to be
versatile and, like, repeatable with, like, some sort of common theme.
Mm-hmm. You might want to like look into what is trending, you know, and get an idea. Like, do I have anything that can apply to what's trending? True. And a lot, you know, what's trending for videos wise, a lot lately that I've noticed in the last year. those bicycle videos where people set up bicycles to be stolen, whether it's tied up with a rope so when they get going they fall off because the rope yanks, or I've seen tasers put under the seat.
You're talking bait bikes.
Explode. Dude, bait bikes. Yes, exactly. And that's where this couple was like, you know what, let's do the bait bikes, but with our own little spin on it. And let me say, their spin, I'd say a little too aggressive. Because what we got set up here, they left the bikes as bait in front of their house, like right in front of their front porch. Okay. So I mean, right off of it. Waited. It looks like they waited. You know, like probably. I want to know. What I want to see is how many days did they wait and not get shit. You know, because you know they were waiting on the inside of. I guess you don't know yet, but you will know. They were waiting on the inside of the door, waiting and waiting for somebody to steal this bike that was in their front lawn. It happened 4 times. Okay.
Okay.
It did happen. 4 times people tried to steal their bikes. And what happened when they did steal it is that this male and female ran out of their house with baseball bats and beat the shit out of these people that stole their bikes.
It's not very creative.
And then proceeded to put it on YouTube. Which, in case you're not thinking about what's going on, you're recording yourself committing an assault and then putting it on the internet for everybody to see you assaulting somebody. Even though they did commit a crime, it doesn't make your crime right.
No, you can't then assault someone with a baseball bat, especially if you're intentionally setting up something to be stolen, basically like neon signs, like out front, steal me, and then they're just sitting there peeking through the blinds, just fucking waiting.
Dude, just
popped
waiting.
Up on Dr. Pepper, just fucking.
Oh my god! Now police catch shit for this all the time. It's called entrapment,
Right.
and that's what they're doing.
They're doing
fucking
entrapment.
They're
Bait
setting
bike
up an entrapment incident. Yeah, and
I mean that's what bait bike is. I guess in general.
True.
I don't know if I really would agree with it totally. They're funny because
usually they're funny.
Usually
this one
they're pretty funny.
This one, I mean, dude, I could actually. You know what? I've been skipping out on it. I should play the fucking videos for people to fucking see. These people are insane, dude. They are literally. You can see the joy in their faces when they're running out of the house, right?
Okay.
Ready for this? Hold on, let's pull this up. Right, finds a nice little bike. Uh-oh! Big Papa, Big Mama coming out with the bats, dude. Dude, look at the girl in fucking tow.
Just running after
Dude,
him.
just running after. Here's another one. Waited till nighttime this time. He's got a skateboard. Oh! Dude, here go.
They must have one of those Ring cameras just set up, and as soon as they have a notification, they probably don't even put the bats down.
Look at these faces, dude.
Carry them around the house waiting for their phone to go off.
Why does this guy
go
look like he's going?
I don't think he understands why he got arrested still.
Dude, I don't know. All I know is this is not the way to get a YouTube following, and it always amazes me. I mean, you know, keep at it, people. I'm always down for entertainment, but let's be smart about it. You know, I don't know. Let's think about, you know, what you're going to create as content first off. Am I harming another person? Is it against, you know, the YouTube terms, let alone the laws of the country?
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's one guy I will shout out. I don't know if you're familiar with Narcs.
Narcs? No, I don't know.
This guy, he goes around and when people don't put their carts back, a lot of times people will leave them kind of in the handicap area where like people put their ramps down to get the wheelchairs out and stuff. So he'll go and like, whoop, whoop, hey, sorry, Narcs here. I forgot to put your cart back. And people get so pissed off and so offended by it.
Let me tell you, that makes me so mad because yesterday, literally, it's funny you mention this. I had a cart fly by my car at like 50 miles an hour because it was windy, and it just missed my car, and I was like, what a piece of shit. If you just put your cart in the cart returned, you know, like that wouldn't happen. I wouldn't like be having a heart attack coming out of the fucking store thinking my car is about to be demolished by a cart.
Right. So, he gives him shit about it and says like, can you, put your cart back and not be, he always likes to call him a lazy bones. Because for some reason that pisses people off.
Pisses them off, but it's not offensive enough to be like really mad.
I think that's why he's doing it. And then he has magnetic bumper stickers, and if they don't put their car back, he's like, I'll just give you one of these, and they get so mad. They're like, don't touch my fucking car, blah, blah, blah. It's like, dude, just put your cart back. And some people argue, I'm creating jobs. They have a guy to come around and do that. And he's like, well, by that logic, I could go around littering or keying cars.
Yeah,
it's like creates jobs for someone. Like,
dude,
it's not really.
everything creates a job. You know, usually like things like accidents and shit aren't pleasant to create a job.
Yeah,
That's
right.
crazy.
It's so, there's good ways to make a YouTube channel and, give people shit if they're kind of in the wrong. And then there's bad ways to do it, like beating someone with a baseball bat when you've baited them with a bike.
Yeah, I think the aggro parts of YouTube are over, guys. Bum fights and all that shit, that's in the past.
Yeah.
And definitely thief beating. I don't think that's gonna pass in 2020.
No, that's not going to work either. But you know what? You do have to beat sometimes animals.
Do we?
When they're attacking you, Matt. When they're attacking you. Let me
If
clarify.
they're attacking, let's clarify.
Let me
Fair game.
clarify. I would never, ever, ever say that.
I was gonna say a little Charlie hanging out. He's probably under your feet right now, just meow, meow, and you just look at him and you're just like, you're like the guy that beat Baby Yoda in The Mandalorian.
Oh,
you know,
come on,
Jason
I'm not
Sudeikis.
Jason Sudeikis.
Let's shout him out. You piece of shit. You beat Baby Yoda. Just kidding. We love your work.
Well, you know what? In a life or death struggle, Baby Yoda's gonna get it, and so are these foxes that attack this old man in Maine. He's 88 years old, 88 years young, however you want to look at it, and he's
Yeah, did right the first time.
He wasn't attacked by just one fox. He was attacked by two foxes on separate occasions.
What did he do to the foxes?
Nothing, man. This retired fire chief says he was just getting out of his car. He parked it. He was going inside and heard a little like meow. He ended up turning around and he saw this fox, a big fox, staring at him. It leapt at him, knocked him over, and he said he's in the middle of his driveway trying to beat it off with a crane. Hey-o, phrasing. And he got like scratched and bitten on his hands and his face. He said that the fox ended up going for his eye. He has a whole like black eye situation going on because of this scrap he got into. And
I don't know, man. I think he did something to the fox. Personally, I
Well,
think that
this was the second attack. The first attack.
that's what I'm saying, dude.
September. So, maybe this was revenge because the first attack that happened in September, it was a smaller fox, and he managed to strangle it by stepping on it with his foot. It was a rabid fox, actually.
You got one of two scenarios here. He strangled some fox's son, and the daddy fox came back for him, or he's got where he thought he strangled that fox out, buried it, and that fox came back. And that fox had a fucking vengeance. It was some Django and Chain shit, where he was like training, waiting for his moment to strike on this bastard that fucking held him down and strangled him with his foot, dude.
I mean, I think maybe it was a relative coming back for revenge, avenging the death of the original fox, because he said that the January fox was bigger. And he ended up having a neighbor come out and help pull it off of him. He now has to get rabies treatment again. Again.
It needs multiple rabies treatments a year.
Fuck. Like, well, one was 2019, one was this year, but not far apart. Only a couple months. So that really fucking sucks.
Oh, man. Glad
this guy's all right. I hope, offense? Maybe offense would help?
Maybe, I don't know. Some kind of weapon to carry around. If fox attacks are going to be a common thing in your life when you're stepping out of your house. I don't know.
God, yeah.
After the first one, I'd be a little worried, but the second one, I would start packing heat at least.
I'd be looking over my shoulder. I'd be expecting a third, like at that point.
Dude, every third time's a charm, and the third one's going to get you because he's going to be a beefy fox.
He's got a cane. Maybe he should invest in one of those cane guns.
Dude, old school
just
villain
a
style.
Cane shotgun, like Penguin.
He's got one shot in it, and he's got to make it count against the fucking terrible foxes that have just picked a war with this 88-year-old man.
This is dangerous for him. So
Dangerous.
Our hearts go out to this man in Maine, and look out for all these rabid foxes. I think there's just maybe there's rabies going around in Maine.
Dude, maybe rabies is going around the country, because it would fit the reason of the next story I'm talking about, too. I mean, we're going to Wichita Falls, Texas, where we're talking about a man. We're talking about a domestic abuse case, all right? We don't like to make light of scenarios like this, but this one was just a little too ridiculous to where we had to bring it on the show and talk about it a little bit. And we got a man and a girl who are hanging out. They're together. They're in a romantic relationship. And apparently the man decides to, break that wall. He decides he's going to break wind in front of his girlfriend, right?
Okay.
Well, apparently, the force is tremendous with this young guy because the girlfriend was so appalled. She was just like about to throw up. She's like, "Oh my god, this is the worst thing that ever happened." She's fucking crying. She's dying. And this guy, he doesn't take light to that. He gets offended, dude. You know what this guy does? He uses the force choke and headbutt on this girl. You tell me that guy doesn't practice the dark arts.
All right, so we got a Kylo Ren looking motherfucker.
That's Kylo Ren's dirtbag cousin.
Do you think it's just is that like a blanket they gave him?
I think he's wearing a cape. I'm gonna say he's wearing a cape. That is a Sith Lord if I've ever seen one, dude. This guy's not to be trusted. Not to be trusted. I'm serious. Don't trust that man. You see him.
He farts. She starts like choking, like he fucking threw a gas grenade in there, and he attacks her.
He attacks her, dude. You know what you did. You know what you did. You laid the bomb, dude. Am I wrong? I mean, how are you going to attack somebody when you know you did something horrible?
I'm just trying to get from the point of him like gassing her out to like him like physically assaulting her. I don't know where that goes. It goes from one to the other.
It goes immediate, dude. She literally got mad. All right, she said that he smelled horrible, and he immediately got mad and grabbed her by the hair and pulled her to the ground.
This is an escalation.
That's when he choked her and headbutted her, dude. He used the force choke on her while she was on the ground. Headbutted her. I don't know if that was force or...
This is one of those these situations that sort of builds over time, I'm guessing.
You tell me. You look at him in the eyes. You tell me.
Well, our podcast audience can't look him in the eye, unfortunately.
You should check out the YouTube. You need to look him in the eyes. We're talking about dead eyes.
An angle for them that describes this situation, because I agree with you. This is a shady-looking motherfucker.
I didn't realize I was going on the cabinet here trying to defend why this is so ridiculous. This guy needs to be put away. This is public enemy number one, dude. That's what I'm saying.
He hasn't he? Wasn't that his mugshot?
Dude, he's been put away shortly for an assault charge. I'm saying he needs to be put away for life before he does something worse.
Well, he's gonna need his own air-sealed cell, it sounds like.
Dude, lock him off. Any officer that has to encounter him, gas mask them.
Get that shit ventilated. Fans are on sale.
Are they?
Yeah, they are.
Like everywhere. Amazon or like what?
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Oh, I didn't know it was fan sale season.
Solve a lot of those problems. So, who's buying a fan in January? Come on.
I don't know.
We're headed to Florida.
Ooh.
We always like talking a little bit about Florida on our show if we can, and this time it's not as bad of a story as we usually cover. It's not someone doing something ridiculous or harming anyone or anything along those lines. This is a
mild Florida man story.
A mild Florida story. And this is actually a Florida machine story.
Ooh. I like that.
But before we get into it, I always like to say what Florida is like. And Florida is a bit like free pizza, Matt.
How is that?
It's like free pizza, that you found on the street. And it's free, but it was sitting on the street.
You don't really want it?
Would you?
No.
Well, free pizza. So
not really free. It's just kind of something you pass along the way like a boulder.
Well, it's free if you take it.
All right, true. You got me there.
It's not the best, but it's free. So in Florida, we're going to continue talking about pizza, where a university has installed a Pizza ATM. The University of North Florida specifically.
Sold.
Yeah.
Immediately.
That's what I'm saying. This is a decent Florida story. The hungry students of University of North Florida can now go up to this Pizza ATM in one of the residence halls, push a button, and a pre-cooked refrigerated pizza is moved from a compartment into a heater, and in just minutes, you got hot pizza.
Listen, it's not delivery, it's ATM pizza, all right? All you got, and they make it sound a little too easy. Let's be real. You got to enter your credit card and your PIN number
Probably.
at least,
Or they might
and
have
then
it set up if it's on this university.
immediate
if it's,
room.
I was thinking like a student ID, swipe type
Yep,
of thing.
exactly. It goes right to your ID.
And this,
Yeah.
looking
Yeah.
into it, I went to Pizza ATM LLC.com. They have their own website, and this isn't the first college that they've actually brought it to. There's one at Ohio State. There's another one at I think Case Western, to be used the nation's second pizza ATM. So it's coming to more and more colleges. That seems like a good place to put a pizza ATM.
Hell yeah, dude. We all know that there's never a restaurant open late enough for college kids. Let's be real.
Mm-hmm. And
know
especially
who
in
is
some of
open
the
late enough?
smaller towns.
Yeah, those ATM fucking dispensary. Me and you were talking off the air about how Asia nailed the vending machine market. Like, that's how it should be, dude. Like, I mean, shit. You don't always want to live off that stuff, but it's nice to have around where you can just grab something real quick, like pre-made, ready to go. Bang,
Right?
let's go.
I'm wondering
kinda
how
cool.
long it takes. I couldn't find any specs on that, on like this pizza specifically. But yeah, when you're able, I mean, fucking in Japan, you could grab like a noodle soup, fucking take that to go, get a beer out of a vending machine. That's
dude.
something you can't do here in America, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, not yet anyway, and hopefully it will take precedent. I feel like it's a futuristic aspect. You know, Fallout had all the vending machines around.
Yeah, there you go.
Remember that? Like, dude, it's exactly like that. Yeah, that is the future. Vending machines that can make you gourmet food. Ready to
I'm down
go.
for it. I would definitely go for like I don't know, anything that can be. It's pretty much just anything that can be microwaved. You got burritos, maybe even French fries or burgers. I imagine a gross hot dog one where it's just a circular hole
Oh.
where you can you punch in your number and it just pops out a warmed hot dog at you.
Oh, okay. Poke your eye out with that, kid.
Open up, Matt. You can go right from the machine.
Machine to mouth is not anything I want in the future of the United States. I'm sorry.
Like,
Machine to
stop
mouth is too
sucking on
direct.
It's like one
We need to go machine to hand to mouth at
It's like
most.
one of the-
That's the closest we
of the
can
little
get.
kids on a fucking water fountain when they put their mouth straight on it. People be doing that with the
When
hot
you're
dog
just-
machines.
Putting your mouth on the machine like a water fountain, like those scumbag kids that would always touch it with their fucking mouth, and you just suck that salami out of that hole.
You got to roll out. Slow,
I hope you
though,
choke
so
on
you
it.
go,
That's what I like to call weeding out the weakness in society, because I feel like a lot of people would choke to death on that.
The hot dog.
So
suckers.
it would kind of be good at the same
Okay.
time.
It's
If you're stupid enough to sit and put your mouth on a vending machine and suck out a hot dog,
Darwinism.
I hope you should choke to death on that hot dog.
Well, the trick is getting the ketchup in afterward.
Oh, yeah. I mean, do you do it in between bites? Do you just
Preload.
lace it in the hot dog itself?
Preload.
Preload? You could, I mean, because you could do a lot of things, man. If you want to get crazy with it, you can go baster injector, inject the hot dog with the ketchup
Ooh.
beforehand. I don't know. I'm just speaking out of ideas right now. Let's move along. We're going to stay in Florida, though. We got a double hitter this week. Double Florida news. And we're going to Bradenton, where we're talking about a toe sucker.
Oh, great.
Now, you might be wondering, what's a toe sucker? Well, a toe
Sounds
sucker
like a
is
fish that
generally...
they found down in Florida or something.
Nope, that's... No. That's the Great Atlantic toe
Oh,
sucker.
okay.
I'm talking
They're
about the
more-
Great United States toe sucker, which is a man who apparently breaks into homes somewhere around Florida and sucks on 20-something-year-old men's feet while they're asleep.
Oh, are these common
Yeah.
in this area?
I've heard, believe it or not, I've heard of, when I looked this up, there was a couple other ones that happened in the last few years.
So,
So
yeah,
it is
it is.
actually, it's more common than you would
Wow.
think. So basically this guy, what we got is a guy wakes up in his house in Florida, and he's got a guy sucking on his toes, and he goes, "What are you doing?" And the guy goes, "I got no money. I'm just here to suck toes." I don't know why it mattered about money. Maybe there's a market I don't understand or know about
Like,
where
hey,
you need a lot of money
That's
to
gonna be
suck on toes.
$5. Like, pay
Dude.
up.
$5 a minute for a toe, it adds up pretty quick. So I guess, that's why he
You
was like,
get
"I got no
carried
money,
away.
man. I'm just here to suck toes." I don't know. Apparently, a battle ensued after where this guy was just trying to get the suspect out of his house, the victim, and so he's battling him. He pushes him eventually out of like a backsliding door.
The hardest part was probably like the suction he had on that big toe.
Dude, getting him off the toe, like breaking that, dude, yeah, that was probably hard. Like, well, the wind force once he broke the seal, just
He's
about
hopping
sucked
around on one leg.
Dude, blankets are flying in the room from all the wind and craziness.
I guess this is one argument to not sleep naked.
Don't sleep naked, and definitely sleep with socks now that you hear this kind of shit. Am I
keep
right?
Keep your feet not naked either.
Dude, definitely not. I am so afraid of this. If I ever woke up to somebody sucking on my toes, I don't know if I would go after them or commit suicide because I feel so degraded. I don't know, dude. It's
well,
up to...
now I'm thinking like there's got to be those people out there who would enjoy this kind of thing. We just got to move them into this area.
Like they sleep with like their toe out of the blanket and they're just like man, tonight's the night.
I'm just
Tonight's
gonna
the night.
leave the door unlocked and you know,
Dude.
maybe just open it a crack. And...
I left the door wide open tonight.
Oh,
tonight's gonna be the night.
My blanket happens to be just short enough to be above my ankles.
Dude,
and,
my toes are out there flapping in the wind. I threw on some ham glaze sauce on top of them.
Oh yeah, I always do that for just for my skin. It keeps it nice on my toes.
Man, the worst part about this story, he's still on the loose.
Really, he got away.
Hide your toes, people, because this motherfucker might come and suck on your toes. That's all I'm saying right now. If you're in Florida, be careful. There's a guy out there that is jacking toes. He is sucking them until he takes your soul. All right?
Florida's big. What part?
Dude, I'm talking about Bradenton. I didn't do a reference point. I don't know where Bradenton, if it's north or if it's south. I don't know. We're gonna break this in. Let's figure out where it is because we really do probably have a point to warn these people. I think.
Bradenton,
and it looks like it's on the west coast, just under Tampa. So if you're
going there. Oh my God, I'm going there.
You're going there.
Next weekend.
I'm going not that far from there in a week too, or in a month rather. Man, we got to be careful while we're out there.
I'm sleeping with boots on, man.
Sleep with boots on.
This just got real.
Can of mace in your hand might not be a bad idea.
I'm gonna mace my toes.
Protect your toes, people. That's all we're saying. I think that could be the PSA for today's episode is protect your toes, people. There is toe suckers out there in this life, and they will take your toes.
Pop some habaneros between those piggies.
Oh, that'd be a nice spicy little trap. Yeah, you hit your toes every night with a little bit of the hottest hot sauce you can get.
He thinks he's sucking on that middle one. It comes
Ghost
right
pepper. off.
Oh, ghost pepper.
Ghost pepper.
Now
Guess
he's
what,
running
bitch?
for some water.
Oh, dude, guess who needs some water? Guess who turned the water off before I went to bed? Uh-oh! Uh-oh!
Guess who also put super glue on the floor?
Dude, this is turning into some kind of Home Alone toe-sucking scenario. I like it. I think we need to write a movie about toe-sucking Home Alone.
Oh, man, I'm still hung up on that pizza from before.
Pizza, dude. How can you not? Pizza's the best thing ever.
It really is. You can do so much with it. It's so versatile. And it's also pretty funny, which is why pizza is the theme for a funny clip of the week. And this kid can't get enough of it. He literally can't because someone else ate his pizza.
Dude, this kid, he's more aggro than the toe sucker, I'm going to say.
Yes. The toe sucker doesn't come at you with a knife like this child does. We have a very upset child who has brought a weapon to, I want to say, like an older brother figure or something, because they reference the dad, so I'm guessing it's not the dad. But he's pissed that this man ate his pizza.
Dude, this kid is so upset.
You don't give me what I wanted.
You should just give him what he wants.
Eat and you're gonna stab me over some pizza?
He's holding like a...
Are you serious? You're gonna kill me over some pizza?
Yes.
A non-sharp steak knife. One of those.
Are you dead ass right now? You're gonna kill me over some pizza?
I gave you pizza. It's not fair. I gave you pizza, but you not give me pizza. That's just deep, bro. That's deep.
Dude.
All right, bro, but it's all right. I don't want to share that pizza. There's other stuff to eat in here. You really gonna kill me over some pizza, my nigga? You gonna pull out a knife on me over some fucking pizza?
Yes.
Yes.
I gave you pizza.
All right, that's because your fucking dad bought that for you because there was nothing to eat in here. There's stuff to eat in here. That's my fucking pizza.
You wanna die?
Yo,
do you want to die? Go put the fucking knife down if I slap the shit out of you.
This.
Go put it the fuck down.
He's not playing with him anymore.
Dude, Thug
Go
Pose.
put it down,
Pose.
stupid fat bitch.
I gave you shit.
Oh, that was
Did him
unnecessary.
dirty at the end.
That was unnecessary. Let's be real. That was a little bit overboard. The fat bitch comment.
Favorite part. Do you want to die? Do you want to die?
Dude, that little kid needs to be on our show next
hard.
week.
He is a hard
Dude,
kid.
I love when he holds the knife up, like, to his neck. Like,
Like,
look at my thug pose. You think I'm fucking around about
bad.
this pizza? Do you think I'm fucking around about this pizza?
bad.
Extra cheese,
now
bitch.
give me some pizza, please.
Shout out to Pizza Kid. I hope he has nothing but the most fruitful life.
Send him a pizza.
that he could possibly
we can
have.
Get a hold of him. I'll send him.
If we can get a hold of that motherfucker, we will 100%. I guarantee you, me and Jesse will 100% send that
We'll send him
motherfucker
a
a large
large.
pizza, extra cheese,
whatever topping, we'll hit him with 3.
whatever he wants.
3.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah,
Max
whatever
3.
he wants.
I'm not doing more than 3.
Dude, we're not doing the work, but if anybody wants to hook us up with Pizza Kid, we'll fucking send that kid a pizza.
Just so that guy doesn't have to die.
Dude, that guy doesn't need to die over pizza. It doesn't.
We're
matter.
solving problems here at American Slacker.
It's what we do. It's part of the problem is solving the problem.
Yes.
You know, it
It's
seems
the
it's
biggest
simple
part.
as that.
It's usually.
Yeah. All right, people. Thank you so much for sticking around this nonsense this long. Guess what? It's gonna get better. So just stick past this little break we're about to take, and it's gonna get magical. So we'll see you in a little bit.
Support for American Slacker comes from Manscaped, who's the #1 in men's below-the-belt grooming. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels.
I don't know about you, Jesse, but I am sick and tired of being outmatched by these razors and traditional trimmers that you get in the store, and no matter what, they fucking snag your nuts.
That's why Manscaped has redesigned the electric trimmer. They have a Lawnmower 2.0 razor, which they have sent our way, has a proprietary skin-safe technology, so you won't get those nicks or snags on your nuts.
Nice! Manscaping accidents are finally a thing of the past.
Yeah, and with our 20% off code plus free shipping, you're going to be saving a bunch of money and getting some great products that won't end up making it look like a war zone down there.
All you gotta do is enter Slackers at checkout. Manscaped.com. 20% off. Get your anti-chafing ball deodorant, your sweet Lawnmower 2.0. Your nuts will thank you later.
You can even rep them by getting yourself a Manscaped.com t-shirt. So head on over to Manscaped.com, 20% off at checkout, enter code SLACKERS.
Get your ball swag here.
Oh yeah, it's time to party, you fuckers.
You heard it. It's time to party, you fuckers. We're back. We're going to talk about some music. Music is a big part of American Slacker Podcast. Me and Jesse, our relationship basically started upon music and video games. I think we related upon music, which is a big deal, you know? And, man, do we love talking about it. I think you're going to start us out. You got awesome act you're going to start us out with.
We have 2 bands here to suggest to you. I'm going to start off with Star Fucking Hipsters.
Awesome.
Give you a little pause there.
What a fucking name.
I know, right? It takes back as soon as you say it. They are a punk band out of New York City, originally formed in 2005 by Stizza from he was the lead vocalist and guitarist in Leftover Crack, another punk band, and drummer named Brandon Chevalier Coling. However, shortly after the band was formed, Brandon unfortunately passed. He died. And then Stizza decided to keep the band going and assembled a bunch of other artists. And the band's actually had a lot of former members. It's one of those super groups where other band members from other bands kind of come in, do part of an album, and then seem to like go out. So it's a rotating, door of members here. But if you're into punk music at all, if you're not into punk music, I warn you, this is going to be interesting for you, because it's a little bit harder of a sound than what I normally pick, I would say. The first song I'm going to suggest by them is called 2 Cups of Tea, and it's actually their top song on Spotify. It's the one that came up for me first. A lot of times I'll like a song, kind of come back to them, explore the group a little bit more, and this was one of those cases. So I'll give you the experience I had, let you give them a listen. This is 2 Cups of Tea by Starfucking Hipsters.
One for you and one for me. Drown out the pain from polluted acid rain and flaming gasoline until we're clean. 2 dead police. One for hope and one for peace. Watching government lies leak into your empty eyes from the TV. And when there's history, 3 dead police. 1 for thanks and 2 for please. In every single town, every officer is down. All dead police. All dead police.
This is an interesting, like, musical part.
Yeah, it's different.
I was like, huh.
Sick change up. I wasn't expecting such a roughness to come from it.
From you to me, and so everything fails. My bleeding bitten fingernails, sore as can be.
So that was 2 Cups of Tea by Starfucking Hipsters. Matt, you mentioned while we were listening to that the change up in the tempo of the song from the to that with the fucking like screaming in the
It
background.
almost was like medieval, you know, like the way the melody. I don't know how to explain
Yeah,
it.
like
The
a
melody was
bard's like
Yeah.
mandolin or something.
an old time period piece to all of a sudden like post-hardcore.
Yeah, right. It gets really hard, and you know the next song I will be suggesting is probably on that harder scale, I would say. As you can hear, there was a female voice in the background. I believe that's Kelsey or Kilsey. She did the vocals from 2011 to 2013. So if I'm not mistaken, that would have been on that album. They have put out 4 albums total. Until We're Dead came out in 2008. Never Rest in Peace was in 2009. From the Dumpster to the Grave is in 2011. And then they did a split album with Jesus Fucking Christ that they called The Fucking Split. And that was in 2012. And they really haven't had any presence since 2012. Like I mentioned, it's a super group, so it's a lot of people from other bands. So I'm assuming people drop in, people drop out, and I don't think we can really expect to see much more from them since it's been, you know, almost 8 years now since they actually split up.
Yeah, it happens, man. It's all of the project, you know.
So the next song I'll be playing for you is off of their one of their newer albums. It's off of the From the Dumpster to the Grave album, and it's called Rapture, Rinse, Repeat. So give this a listen. Rapture, Rinse, Repeat by Starfucking Hipsters.
Fucking like it.
Yeah, right. Pretty sweet. And you know, it's weird because I'll mention this, but that album, it like all the songs sound so different from each other. So that was Rapture, Rinse, Repeat by Starfucking Hipsters. Yeah, a lot harder, as I mentioned.
Yeah, I would say.
But it's so different. Like, and every song on that album specifically is like very different. Like, it was hard to even pick a favorite song. I knew I wanted to get something from that album, but they're all like so vastly. I just keep saying different, but different, you know?
Yeah, it's definitely a different feel than a lot of things I've listened to lately, at least. And it kind of like, I don't know, it feels like advanced like Misfits feel to it.
Right.
Like it's like Misfits, but a little like more post-hardcore.
Yeah, the genres that they kind of fall under: punk rock, ska punk, crack rock steady. It says on Wikipedia. I've never heard of crack rock steady before. That sounds like fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fucking. Well,
sounds like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the hood.
Well, I think Leftover Crack, which was the lead singer's, main band, one of his main bands.
Leftover Crack?
Yeah, that was his. They were
when you have a little left over.
After Choking Victim broke up, Leftover Crack was formed in 1998.
Okay, that makes sense. After Choking Victim was broken up, then Leftover Crack it formed.
And then the lead singer of Leftover Crack side project then became Starfucking Hipsters. So.
Yeah.
And you know, if you want to follow Stizza, I'm sure he's still doing more stuff. I don't know exactly what he's up to now, as of present day. I can tell you. Hold on. Yeah, it seems like the last thing that he did was the dumpster to the grave stuff. So hope he's doing okay. And it'd be interesting to see them come back if they ended up doing so.
Nice. I like the sound. I definitely, I'm a fan. They've gained a fan. And I bet there's a few more out there. I mean, there's not enough hard shit, if I could say so. I feel like hard is like something that's dying. You know, we grew up in like an era of like pop punk transferred to post-hardcore to hardcore.
Yeah. And then got
softer
a lot of bands somehow.
It got softer.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, there is a lot of, like, we're not discrediting you if you have one of the bands that are, like, you're going hard. Like,
write us. We'd love to hear it.
We'd love to fucking hear it. Hell yeah. Definitely write us. Keeping along, the band that I'm going to recommend, pop punk. We're going a little smoother, a little softer. Okay. Not much softer, though.
Okay.
It's got a lot of rhythm to it. And we're talking about Between You and Me. And this band started in Melbourne, Australia, and it all started over the internet, actually. Jake Wilson was an artist who was performing songs and putting up covers on YouTube, and that's when two brothers noticed him. Jamie Bowerman and his brother Chris noticed his covers. They wrote him and said, "Hey, you want to form like a little group?" And then that's when they added on a guitarist, Jay Gibson, and a bassist, James Karagiozis.
I believe you.
Butchering it. And we'll roll with it until
I
James
believe
gets
you.
at me. James at me. But yeah, so they formed a band, and I love Between You and Me. It's a fresh, healthy dose of pop punk. And I mean that in the best way, because I feel like, there is a lot of like bands that fall on the same sound, whereas these guys, they have, that sound, but their own unique imprint on it.
Nice.
And the song I'm going to start out with is called Dakota. They do have an acoustic version of this, but I'm going off the one that was off of their only and first full release. Everything is Temporary, 2018. This album came out. It's called Dakota. I really dig the song. Let me know what you think.
Got like a yellow card feel off of that.
Yeah. To me, it's like a smooth out Hit the Lights. Not as rough. And then the vocals are hard to pin.
filling an interesting spot between. See what you mean about the headline.
This song is really about a guy from the outside of a relationship. He really likes a girl. She's in a relationship. It's a shitty relationship, and he's trying to like show her, you know, like that there's better out there type deal.
How do you stand back and take it? The cheating, lies, and the abuse. Like a punching bag, you won't fight back.
So that was Dakota from Between You and Me, and I really like the progression of the song. I like the way that it hits the certain transitions. It's a lot of fun. It's high energy, which is something I think I acquire. I need from every song. I need a lot of high energy music, as far as like my preference.
Yeah, it's rare that I listen to things that are like softer.
Yeah, and if I do, there's like a certain aspect of it that's not really soft in general. And I really enjoyed the song. You know, sometimes it's not about the context of the lyrics, but more about the progression of the melody itself for me. And that's why I really like that song. It brings me back. There's a bit nostalgia. There's a bit of fresh music in it. And that's something that
And we were discussing a little bit while listening to it that it feels sort of a weird but nice in between. With like different bands, sort of like I got like a Yellow Card vibe off the top, and then you had mentioned Hit the Lights sort of in like some of the lyrics almost.
Yeah, it's a conglomeration of like all of the great acts, but
with
a
something
piece of
new.
Themselves. Yeah,
yeah,
and which is something I could very well appreciate in an artist coming up in today's time, especially if you're going to be pop punk, where obviously pop punk's time has passed. Like it's not the golden era. I mean, it could come back, but
you got to do something different with it if you're going to do it.
Yeah. And moving along, the next song I chose is very interesting to me because I like to call this pub pop punk. And what I mean by that is it's something that has like a little bit of a pub feel to the music itself. It's something that I imagine that could play in a pub in place of, you know, you hear a lot of Irish. I mean, we've covered a lot on our show, Irish pub songs that are very, you know, like they have that feel to them. This is the American pub song, I think. This song is called State Lines.
We've spent some time apart across state lines as we both tried to find ourselves, but you found something else. The tip of the cigarette that you grip so tight, the regret and your fucked up state of mind. You smothered the fire that burnt inside, lost all the fight I once saw in your eyes.
So that was State Lines by Between You and Me. And from what I feel, this song is about people change, but we don't all change at the same pace. And we change in different ways. And, you know, it's something that's one of the toughest lessons I think we have to learn as human beings. You know, I mean, coming from, you know, being youthful in school, you lose high school friends, let alone, you know, the friends you make along the way before that even.
Right.
You know, it's just we change at different rates. We become different people. And I really like the way that the song captures that lyrically. If you wanted to look into the lyrics, you can see, like, the structure of it. It definitely, like, fits with that kind of theme. And I really enjoy that.
I was going to say, I didn't pay as much close attention to the lyrics, but listening to the, just, like, the melody of the song itself, I was getting vibes of, like, camping trip with, like, a campfire, like, on a, like, completely cloudless night with, like, the stars above. For some reason. Like it was very like melodic and sort of like mesmerizing in sort of a way.
Yeah, that's why I call it like pop rock. I feel like it's meant to play in that kind of setting where it's just like it's got that slow melody.
It was relaxed.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
at the same time upbeat, I would say.
Yeah, and when I heard that song, I immediately knew that was one that I was going to recommend.
There was more of their ballad type song.
Yeah, I would say that's an earlier release. That's off 2016, right about when they formed. I believe they formed at the end of 2015. They released an EP after a few singles, and this was on that EP, Paper Thin.
Okay.
They're a relatively new band, but I think they got a lot more that's going to come out. And
Nice.
2018, their full length feature was really good. I really liked a lot of the tracks on that, and I can't wait to see what else these guys put out. Between You and Me, definitely little fun for me. I liked it.
Yeah,
I liked hearing what they had to offer. Yeah,
So
and I
there's
hope you guys
two-
do too.
I was gonna say there's two great bands for you guys to check out, if in very different genres. So there, hopefully you liked at least one of them. You got Star Fucking Hipsters and Between You and Me. We'll be putting up promos, links. We'll try and find them on social media and tag them, so that you
Hell
guys
yeah.
can find them as well and follow them. So we're gonna play a little game, but before we do that, we gotta take a little break. So we'll be right back.
You know, if there's one thing we enjoy here at American Slacker, it's going to live events. Wouldn't you say, Jess?
Yeah, from you going to festivals, I like to go and see comedy. There's tons of stuff to choose from.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Who doesn't like a nice night out? And, who doesn't like to save a couple bucks on a night out? I mean, it's expensive to go out these days. Wouldn't it be nice if you could save a couple bucks, Jess?
I'm a cheap bastard and you know it.
Me too, man. What if I told you you could save a small percentage on your tickets by just entering a code?
What code would that be?
Man, all you got to do, go to SeatGiant.com, enter the code SLACKER at checkout, and you're going to save quite a few bucks, actually. Not a small discount. It's a good amount. It's a decent amount.
So you're telling me I could go to my pickle hating fest for a small fraction of the cost of what it would normally be?
Dude, I'm telling you, you're probably going to get a drink on us if you enter the code SLACKER at checkout at SeatGiant.com.
Drink not guaranteed. And we are back. Matt's got a game for me here. I'm going to be in the hot seat.
Shit, was I supposed to make a game for this episode?
You've played this joke. This is a joke's like a year
I
old.
know.
I'm not
My jokes
falling
get old
for it.
quick. My jokes get so old. I'm sorry, guys. If my jokes are old, like at me, all right? Don't at me. Don't you
Don't
dare
at 'em.
fucking at me.
Don't
all right?
at him.
All right. Well, we're playing a game today, like Jesse was saying. And this is Fact or Wack. It's a return to Fact or Wack. Music edition, though. It's only fitting. I mean, we're here to keep things themed nicely for you guys.
So how will this music twist affect Fact or Wack here?
So, it's just basically the same old Fact or Wack. I'm going to hit you with a truth or maybe not so true statement. And you're going to tell me either or. And
Okay.
it's all appealing from music. This all involves music, lore about famous musicians. And, yeah, we'll see how you
All right.
fare.
Listeners, play along with me. See if you can beat me. If you do, we'll send you a sticker. How about that?
Let's start out with a fun one. In the year 2016, Beyonce was beat out in album sales by Mozart. Is this Fact or Wack?
I'm going to say fact.
Correct.
I was trying to think if she dropped an album that year or
She
not.
did, but Mozart still sold the most CDs in 2016, beating out Adele, Drake, and Beyonce, even though they had all won Grammy winning.
Who gets that
Grammy.
money?
I don't know, man. Whoever is related to that Mozart is getting that check.
Yeah.
They're getting that fat check.
Getting paid.
Getting paid. All right, let's move along to number two. Number two. The lead the frontman of Metallica, James Hetfield, before he was the frontman of Metallica, was a race car driver. True or false, fact or whack? You tell me.
I'm gonna say whack. It doesn't sound true.
You're supposed to say true. It's true. You won. Damn it. Wait, did I? No, it's not true. It's false. You're true. That's false. Question's false.
What?
Confusing the hell out of everybody listening.
What
Possibly.
just happened?
All right, you were right. The question was false. That's the way I should have put it.
Okay.
James Hetfield was not a professional race car driver. He did have a ton of jobs leading up to, hitting fame with Metallica. One of them was being a janitor. Construction work was another. A bunch of other jobs, but race car driver was not one of them.
Okay.
So far, you're 2-0, baby.
Doing good. I'm feeling good.
All right. Fact or whack? There was an album recorded totally in space.
Space. I know that Death Clock did one underwater. So
Like legit recorded in space. I'm not like just saying like space effects. This was recorded in fucking like out there. Out there where the aliens are, dude.
I'm going to say fact.
All right, you're 3-0.
Yeah!
2015, a Canadian astronaut named Chris Hadfield had released his first album, which was entirely recorded while he was in orbit.
Wow. Is he any good?
I don't know. I haven't listened to it. I should have probably, huh?
I'd assume he's out of this world.
Maybe we'll put a little bit in here.
You're just going to let me gloss by with that dad joke?
What'd you say? Huh?
I said, I'm going to assume he was out of this world.
Oh, my God. See, that's why I gloss over him, because they're so nonsensical that I just need to get past it. My God. The next question. This one, we'll see how you do. Who Let the Dogs Out was written by a dog catcher and sold to Bothead Men. Fact or whack?
I'm saying whack.
God damn it, dude. I gotta get
4-0? Yeah,
that
baby.
was completely made up in my mind. I thought it would be hilarious, though.
No,
if a dog catcher did write Who Let the Dogs Out.
They wrote it about ugly girls showing up to the party. They said
God.
that in an interview. I remember that.
That's so rude. I didn't hear that. That's rude. Rude. All right, let's finish it up for fun. I mean, you're 4-0, but whatever. Fact or whack? Not a single member of the Beatles could actually read or write music.
So you're saying like actual music notes, like...
Yeah, music theory and all that shit.
I'm going to say... whack.
All right, you're going down with one fucking incorrect.
God damn it, really?
Yeah, there had been speculation for decades, but apparently Paul McCartney actually admitted in 2018 that during a 60 Minutes interview that he nor any of the other Beatles knew any music reading technique or theory at all when they wrote all of these amazing hits that they actually did.
But does he now?
I don't know. It doesn't say anything about that now. I'd imagine by this time you gotta
That's
fucking
what I would-
dabble
that's what
a
I
little bit.
thought. That's why I answered the way I did.
But in the time when they achieved fame, they didn't know anything. They were just writing by like what sounded right to them.
Damn.
Which is amazing. Yeah.
Either way, I don't believe him because that's not the real Paul.
Bunch of fucking liars. We all know Paul McCartney died in a car crash in 1978.
When a fan strangled him.
Wait, what? I think
When
we
a
have
fan
two different
strangled him.
conspiracies
Yeah,
going
he died
on.
in the car crash.
They were
When the
strangling
fan
him in the
strangled
car
him.
crash, and then a car crashed, and it just, yeah.
They
There was a
replaced him
replacement.
with a lookalike contest.
Lookalike, dude. He's not even a man. He's a robot. How about that? How about that? Androids are out there, people. Be careful. Don't trust your mom. Don't trust your dad. Don't trust your brother or your sister.
Don't trust yourself. Look in that mirror. See if there's any defects.
Are you an android? You don't know.
Might be. Either way, thank you for listening.
Yes, that's where we get to the point. We're closing it up. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Check out the YouTube one more time. Let's pour ourselves out again. The YouTube is beautiful. You could be looking at me in the eyes. You could look at. We're locking eyes right now on the YouTube.
Oh God, he's right in the camera. I got to take it away from him. You don't have to see that. That's horrible.
But really, thank you guys for tuning in. It means a lot you coming along on this journey with us. and we're having a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys are too. If you want to get at me, MWG Media on Instagram, Matty G from HP. If you want to play a little Xbox Live and shoot motherfuckers on Call of Duty lately, check it out. That's you guys.
And you can follow me if I advance, kill me if I retreat, and avenge me if I die.
All right. How about some social tags up?
At Landers the Plane.
That sounds about right. All right, babies out there, all you slackers, we love each and every one of you. And until next time, that's it.
There you go.
We smoking America. We passing America. I'm mapping America. I'm second America. We talking America. We blazing America. This is fucking America. We're second America.
This has been American Slacker Podcast. You can reach the show by searching American Slacker on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Reddit, or send them an email to americanslackerpodcast@gmail.com. You can download and rate American Slacker on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, and all other podcast platforms. Visit the show's website, aspodcast.com, where you will find every episode, official merchandise, and links to their Patreon if you would like to support American Slacker.
We smoking America. We passing America. I'm mapping America.